Hey, Lucy.
Hey, Lucy. Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy's how everyone greets her when they see her at school or in the street. All of the children ask her, what time today will you and Sister Grace meet? Hi, Lucy's how everyone greets her. There's always a thought in her head. She's always got a question or some kind of story to tell. You are our friend Lucy. We like to listen to what you say. You teach us things that are good and help us grow in our faith. With you we have fun, Lucy. We love to watch your show. And when we hear the bell, we know you have to go. Jesus smiles when he sees her make an effort in all she can. Lucy, we want to be your friends so you can teach us to love him.
Hi, Sister Grace.
Hi, Lucy.
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
I'm fine.
So tell me, how was your morning?
It was good. Today I had math class.
You had math, and
Yeah.
what'd you
know,
learn?
I learned, well, the teacher's gonna teach us now 4 by 4, 4 by 5, you know, the 4 times table.
Uh-huh.
That. And then on Friday, she's gonna give us a little test.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I really don't like tests, Sister Grace.
Oh, well,
They make me so unhappy.
Why?
Because I do math really bad, Sister Grace.
Do you study? Do you pay attention?
I try, and his dad's a math teacher. He's like, I'll help you, Lucy, but you know what? Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I'm like, 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 9, you know, and I get really nervous and I
What's your favorite
forget.
class?
I like gymnastics.
Are you happy in that class?
Yeah, and I like art.
Mm-hmm.
I like drawing class. I like your class too, Sister Grace.
Tell me what classes make you sad.
Well, they don't make me really sad. I
Oh,
just don't
okay.
like them.
You
It's
don't like
like math, science, you know, those kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know what, Sister Grace?
What, Lucy?
I've got a question for you today.
What's your question?
Hey, Sister Grace, why can't I always be happy? Because sometimes I'm happy and sometimes, you know, I'm sad. You know what I mean? Why can't I always be happy, Sister Grace?
Well, you know what? I'll
What?
tell you a story. Do you know the story of Saint Bernadette of Soubirous from France? She was in Lourdes,
Who?
France.
Saint
Saint Bernadette
No.
of
Oh,
Soubirous.
yeah.
Do you remember that story? I told you.
Yeah.
I don't.
Is she the one of the water? The water?
That's the one.
Is that her?
You know what? She was crossing with her cousins one day over a creek over there. She was trying to get some wood that her mom had sent her and her cousins to get some wood for the fireplace.
Yeah.
And they were very, very poor.
Yeah.
And you know, then our Blessed Mother, she came and appeared to her. And one of those days that she appeared to her, she said to her, and I think she was, do you remember how old she was? She was very young. She must have been 14 years old or
14?
13.
That's really, really old, Sister Grace.
Whoa, sorry, Lucy,
Right?
that's old for you.
Yeah, that's really big. That's
That's not
grown-up age,
so old.
Sister
That's
Grace.
called a teenager.
Yeah,
That's a teenager. Huh? That's after when you already reach when you're 13, 14.
Yeah,
You see
15, 16,
teenager.
17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, 20 no.
So anyway, let me go on.
Mhm.
You know, the Blessed Mother said to her, "You know what? You
What?
know what, Bernadette?"
What?
She said, "I can't promise you happiness in this world, but only in the next."
Where's the next world, Sister Grace?
Where do we all want to reach? Where do we all want to go, Lucy? Many times we've talked about this. We're
To the
all
swimming pool?
No, Lucy, that's not.
What?
Where do you think the happiness, our happiness will be when we leave this earth, and where we should
when we
want
go to heaven.
When we go to heaven.
Yeah.
Because God will be there. You know, our Blessed Mother, all the saints, the angels,
everyone.
they're all gonna be there.
Yeah, but why can't I always be happy now, Sister Grace?
You know what, Lucy? Let me explain to you that happiness.
Happiness is when I'm like,
No, Lucy.
that is so funny.
No, Lucy.
Right?
No.
No?
happiness doesn't consist in laughter.
Yeah, it does.
No,
I'm happy when I laugh.
You know
Sister Grace.
when I was little,
Uh-huh.
I saw there was one of my favorite sports figures because I really like to play sports,
Mm-hmm.
and I just thought it was amazing watching him play basketball because all my friends, we would watch and we said, oh, he's so happy because he's
Really?
got so much money and he's got so many sports cars,
Yeah.
and all these different shoes,
Yeah.
sneakers that he could play with. And I thought that's what happiness consisted of. But
That's
you know
right.
what? No, you know what, Lucy?
What?
Happiness does not consist of those material things that we have here, of having lots of shoes, of having birthday parties, of having lots of cake and
Having jewelry.
jewelry. All of those things pass away.
necklace.
They come and they go, and
Or like a new pencil case, right?
yes, that's not gonna makes you happier for a moment. And you know what, Lucy?
What?
We're Christians. Do you remember?
Yeah, sure I do, Sister
You know that
Grace.
Christ rose for
We're
us?
Jesus' friends, right?
Yes, and when Christ died,
Uh-huh.
he rose again on the third day, and that resurrection makes us so happy
Mm-hmm.
because we know that Christ lives forever and we're going to live eternally with him if we follow him.
Yeah.
And you know something else, Lucy?
Yeah?
Many times when we're sad, just think about
Yeah.
when you're sad. Think about that a little bit. What happens to you when you're sad?
When I'm sad, sometimes I cry, Sister Grace. And sometimes, you know what? Whenever someone asks me for help when I'm sad, I'm like, no, I don't feel like doing it right now. Or I'm like, I have a long face and,
You see,
know,
sadness is born out of selfishness
it
and
is.
egoism
Is
many
sadness
times.
the opposite of happiness?
Yes, it is. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Christians should never be sad. We
You
have to
know-
be happy all the time. You know why?
Why?
Lucy, you know what could help? I can give you some pointers what you could do to be happy throughout the day. Like,
You know
for
when
example,
I'm happiest, Sister Grace? You know when I'm happiest?
when are you happiest?
Whenever Mom buys me some ice cream, banana flavor ice cream, I am so happy, Sister Grace.
And
then
then-
when it finishes, I'm like, oh man, I'd love another one.
And
of
then you
those
want
things.
another ice cream and then it
Yeah.
goes away.
Uh-huh.
That's not happiness. That's temporal happiness. Temporal means it only lasts for a short time.
Yeah, but you were gonna tell me what I can do to be happy.
Well, you know what, Lucy?
Mhm.
Don't you feel happy? Remember when she asked you, hey, Lucy, you know what? On Saturday morning, I need you to get up early. And you were like, oh, no, Mom.
Yeah.
Remember you told me that? And she says, I
Yeah.
need your help because we have to clean the house. We have to get everything ready for your little sister's christening.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember that? I don't know how old you were, but you said, Sister Grace, even though I didn't want to
was
get up,
7.
that was last year then.
Yeah, that was last year.
Oh, okay. So you woke up, you helped her, and you
Yeah, I
felt
helped.
happy because you were giving.
Yeah.
And
Even
a
though I didn't
Christian,
want to, but I knew that I was helping my mom, and it made
and
me
even if
happy
you were
inside.
tired, right?
Yeah, I was a little tired.
You
I was
should-
yawning the whole time. I was like, here, Mom. Oh, take the blanket. I was like,
We
that.
should take Christ's example and we should give out of ourselves. And you know what? Even sometimes, Lucy,
Yeah.
just even a smile when you feel sad, even though you don't feel like smiling, other people need your smile. And if they saw, how could you go around telling people to love God with a sad face? Look, Lucy, look at me. I love God.
Hey, really? I don't believe you. I don't believe you love God with that big face.
I love God.
Look at me in the eyes and tell me you love God with that big face.
I can't, Lucy, you see?
Yeah. Yeah, Sister Grace.
How can we help others to love God and come close to what true happiness is?
You know what, Sister Grace? You know what happened to me one time? When I went to my cousin's house, well, you know what? He has a big bag that we can put in the water.
what happened?
And so I love that bed. It's so cool, Sister Grace. And so I was in the water with the big bag. And you know what happened?
What happened?
It busted, Sister Grace. And I fell inside the water. And I was like, no
Lucy!
way. No way.
The water bed busted.
Yeah, the water bed
Oh.
busted, Sister Grace.
What happened
It
to
was
all?
blue. And it busted. And Mom was like, yeah, that's what happens with all things in this earth.
It just
Sometimes we
leaves-
love them too much, and then you know what? They just go. We can't give our hearts to these things. That's what Mom taught me.
That's true. And you know what, Lucy? Your mom
Because I was
is
crying
so...
after. I was like, I love
Your
that
mom is
bed.
so
I
right.
love that water bed. Mom was like, Lucy, it's only a water bed. I was like, no, mommy doesn't understand. And it
See,
made me
Lucy,
sad.
you know, St. Augustine, he said, our hearts are restless, Lord, until they rest in you, because he made our hearts for him. God made us for him, and we desire to be happy with him forever, forever.
Did God make us to be happy?
God made us to be happy.
He made us to go to heaven, right, Sister
Yeah, and we
Grace?
desire that. We want to be happy. Look at me, Lucy.
Uh-huh.
You know, like that waterbed,
Yeah.
our heart has to be enclosed, and make sure that nothing bad or
Can bust
evil
it, right?
can bust our hearts or come in, because sometimes, you know, things can come and stain our hearts, and we have to protect it so that all the happiness of God that fills us can't leave us, because if we're selfish, if we're mean to others,
Yeah.
if we lose our patience,
Yeah.
then, you know, that makes us sad. And you know, you can fix that.
Uh-huh.
You know, there's a
How?
medicine for that. You can go to
Really?
confession frequently and tell the priest, you know, all the things, you know, that you have done to offend God, because we're happy when we do what God wants, what
Yeah.
pleases him. You know, if God wants you to study math,
Yeah.
then do it with joy, Lucy.
And by doing that, do we make God happy?
You make God very
Is God happy when we do
God
what he
is so
wants?
happy. He's
Really?
eternal happiness.
Really? That's why everyone in his house is happy, right?
Everybody in his house is happy.
Yeah, that's true,
God is
Sister Grace.
true happiness.
Hey, you know what, Sister Grace?
What?
One time I seen a movie about a nun. It was about a nun, Sister Grace. And when she was little, she wanted to be really, really famous. And so she was like, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? When I grow up, I'm going to be an actress. And I'm going to make a movie. And I'm going to be so happy. And I'm going to have 5 cars. And I'm going to have a little baby boy.
And then what happened?
And you know what?
What
One
happened?
day when she made the movie, she just was like, I'm not happy. Even though I'm doing what I always wanted to do, I'm not happy, you know? And she started crying and crying. And then she found out that her happiness was only in God, and only God could make her happy.
You see,
and then she was the
Lucy, what a
happiest
lesson.
nun. Yeah.
What a lesson, you see.
Uh-huh.
We, you know, many times little children think happiness are in those things of buy me this, buy me that, and I'll be so happy.
Yeah.
But you know what, Lucy?
That's what I said. I was
that
like, Mom, please
all
buy me that
passes
doll.
away.
Because you know what, Sister Grace? There was this little doll, and you know what? Whenever you give her her little bottle of milk,
Yeah.
she closes her eyes and she's like, yeah, and then at the end I had to tap her back and she's like,
Oh,
yeah, it was so great.
Oh, Lucy.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know that happiness doesn't consist in having all those toys and everything. Because look at you, you've had different toys, and look at them now. They're just passing away. But the only true happiness is in God.
You know what? I know a song about it.
Okay, can you sing me one?
Yeah, because the other day, teacher Inari in our religious class, she taught
Your religion
us.
class.
Our religion class, she taught us. It's God is my happiness, He makes me smile. God is my happiness, don't
Let me see your face.
worry, don't cry. When everything goes bad, when I'm upset or sad, when everything is great, you just have to say, hey, God is my happiness, He makes me smile. Yeah.
Very good, Lucy.
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
you know what? Spread that happiness all around to all your friends, okay?
Okay,
you,
Sister
you know what?
Grace.
The bell's gonna ring soon.
Yeah, okay.
So you'll have to get going, okay?
Okay, thanks,
But you
Sister
know,
Grace.
you have to go to your friends with this happiness in your heart, and where you can go is to Jesus. Don't
Yeah.
forget to pass by the tabernacle in the church and say, Lord, make me happy.
Okay.
Always, every day.
Okay,
The happiness
thanks,
that only
Sister
God
Grace.
can give, okay,
It's true,
Lucy?
Sister Grace. Okay.
God bless you.
Bye.
Bye, Lucy. I'll see you later.
Lucy, it's time to go, Lucy. The bell has gone, Lucy. It's time to go home. Lucy, it's time to go, Lucy. The bus is here, Lucy. It's time to go home. It's been great fun this time with you. We hope to see you soon
God
again.
bless you, Lucy.
Bye.
Thanks for stopping by.